guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video I'm going to be testing out the Maybelline SuperStay 24-hour foundation, which is this one here, as well as the SuperStay 24-hour primer as well. I'm also going to be testing out two Wet n Wild products from their new Goth-o-graphic collection, and that will be the Wet n Wild loose highlight powder as well as their liquid catsuit liquid eyeshadow, glitter eyeshadow. And I'm also just throwing in here my testing out of the Real Techniques brush set that I also got. So I just show you how I used I think two of their brushes in this video. So this video is mainly on how I got this makeup look. So I'll endeavor to get this out before New Year's Eve, New Year's party look, New Year's party makeup look. But if I don't, then this is just a makeup look that was too late for New Year's. So maybe you guys can use it on Valentine's Day, I don't know. But mainly the review will be on the foundation, the 24-hour SuperStay Maybelline foundation. You guys, I absolutely love this foundation. It is one of my new favorites. I like it better than the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. It's super affordable as well, 185 rand from dischem. You guys, you cannot go wrong with this foundation. It is brilliant. It does not flashback. I will try and insert a picture. Plays well with others. It works phenomenally with other liquid and cream products as well. I had it on for about 9 hours yesterday and it didn't break up. It still looked really good. I dabbed it you know, because my oils did come through, so I dabbed it to see if the foundation would move. There was actually a lot of foundation on the tissue, but my face still looked exactly the same, like I had just applied the foundation. You guys, this foundation is absolutely amazing. I will leave more information about it down in the description box, so go and have a look. I'll tell you what shade I am, and yeah, you guys, if you want to see how I got this look right here, please keep on watching. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to prime our face, and for that we're going to be using the SuperStay primer, and this is the Maybelline SuperStay primer makeup extending primer, and that's pretty much all it says about that. It says shake well, ultra smoothing formula, even skin surface for a perfect makeup application. Makeup stays fresh and flawless all day long. So we're going to shake this up and put it on. So it has a little pump thing just like that, and okay, it's extremely thin and runny, and it's got a slight scent of something. I'm not too sure what this smells like, so I'm just gonna put this on. So it has a slight moisturizing feeling. It's not silicone, like a silicone type primer, like the Maybelline baby skin one. It's not like that. I'm just adding a little bit more. It's very creamy, but it absorbs in. You can still feel it on your skin, which is quite different. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a little bit more on my forehead, and just like that. So with any foundation that I use, whether it's new or old, I always color correct. It's just something that I do as part of my routine. I wouldn't test a foundation without color correcting, so that's what I'm going to quickly do. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Full Coverage Long Wearing Concealer Palettes, and I'm just going to quickly color correct with that. I'm going to do it off camera because everybody knows how to color correct by now. Right, so now that I've color corrected my entire face, we're going to move on to the foundation. So the foundation I'm going to be trying out today is the Maybelline SuperStay 24-hour full coverage foundation. So that's what it looks like. And this is in the shade Sun Beige, 48 Sun Beige. So I'm going to leave down in the description sort of my shades, what I am in other foundations, so that you know. I am this shade Sun Beige in the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, which is 250, and this is Sun Beige, which is 48 in the 24-hour SuperStay foundation. So when I was trying to find a shade, the shades aren't that great, I won't lie, but I was lucky enough to have found this one. I still want to have a look at the caramel beige as well. Maybe that will also work for me. So yeah, but I've tried this one time before, and it is awesome. This foundation is really, really nice, and it comes in a glass bottle. I've got no nails, so I can't do that. It comes in a glass bottle like this, and it has a pump. So that's really, really nice. And this goes for about 185 Rand at dischem, so that's also really not bad as well. Okay, and it's got like a little ball thing in here that lets you shake up the foundation. So I'm just going to give that a good shake. Okay, so to apply my makeup, I know I don't really ever talk about brushes or anything like that, but this time I've got the Real Techniques limited edition neon lights 5 tools for any party look makeup brush sets. So that's what that looks like. So it's got the foundation brush. This is the ultimate buffing brush, and then this one right here, if you can see this one right here is the large smudge brush, and it's for blending into the crease. This is the Real Techniques complexion sponge, so it's just the pink version of the orange one. Then this one over here, this is the domed shadow brush, so blending and shit. And this one's really exciting. This is the contour fan brush, so it's a contoured fan brush, so you can blend out your cream products and your cream contour. So that's really nice because I don't have a brush like this, so this I'm really excited to try out. So to put my foundation on, I always use a brush, and then second layer I will go in with the sponge. I always do that. And so today for the SuperStay foundation, I'm going to be using this buffing brush right here. So this brush feels really, really nice. It's really densely packed. I love brushes like this. So it's got a little plastic bit at the bottom, and I just love this. So let me just compare it quickly. This is totally irrelevant to anything in this video, but this is the Expert Face Brush. It's a bit disgusting right now, I need to wash it, but this is the Expert Face Brush, and this is the Ultimate Buffing Brush, just for interest's sake. The time for our foundation, I'm just shaking it again and pump. What I really like about this, as well as with the shade range, is that I don't have to buy two. This one works quite well, and you can just add your concealers as well. So one pump looks like this. It's quite thick, so let me just dot it all over the show. New brush, let's go. So this has a very, very, very good coverage, guys. This coverage in this foundation on just one layer is brilliant. So I have the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, which should be actually up on my channel before this one does come up, and this has way better coverage for one layer than what the NYX does. This foundation covers beautifully, and it also has, it gives you time to work, it gives you time to blend it all out. It doesn't dry ridiculously fast. Yeah, like it blends out so well. So this is what one layer looks like, and you can see the color matches quite nicely to my neck. I'm going to zoom you in just so you can see up close and personal what it looks like. I do have two pimples. I do have like a problem area right here, so you can see how this foundation has covered that. Before I do the second layer, then you can just compare the two. So I'm going to zoom you in right now. So you can see it's still showing a little bit here. It's showing. So I'm just going to do a second layer. I'm going to just take one pump and just dot it. And then I'm just going to buff this all into my skin. Second layer done, and I'm going to zoom you in just so you can have a look at what this looks like. So the second layer looks a lot better. I always generally need 2 layers, so it's covered pretty much everything I would have a problem with. I wouldn't put on more than 2 layers of foundation at any given time. Like, yes, you can still see this bit here, but I don't really care. You can always see it. I've made my peace with it. It's who I am as a person. So I've learned to deal with it. So that's one layer of the foundation. I'm sorry, 2 layers of my foundation done. So I'm just going to conceal and contour and everything off camera so that we can move on to our eyes. But before I do that, I just want to show you guys this Vaseline Rose Lip Therapy. That's what it looks like. It's actually so good for dry, cracked, sore lips. So I really love this. So here I'm just using the Makeup Revolution concealer in C5 just to highlight my skin a little bit. This concealer works very well with the foundation. There was no separation or splitting or any other funny business happening. Now for my contour, I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C14, and this is my new Real Techniques contour brush, and this is actually so perfect for contouring your nose. So I'm just also roughly doing that and then blending all of this out with my Real Techniques Expert blending sponge. Moving on to eyes, I've primed my eyes with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and for my eyeshadow I'm going to be using the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm just setting that paint pot with the lighter shade from that palette, just so that there's no creasing when I apply the rest of the eyeshadow shades. On a fluffy blending brush, I'm taking this light orange shade and then just placing that all into my crease. And I'm actually placing it down in circular motions into the crease. That's where the color gets put down, but it also blends out at the same time. And then you can gradually just increase the intensity of that color, rather build it up rather than put it all down at the same time. Next, I'm moving on to that darker brown shade, and I'm just placing that slightly underneath that first orange shade that we put down in the same circular swiping motions. I've opted for a more chocolatey brown on a more precise blending brush just to darken that crease just a little bit more and to create more shadow and definition into that crease, because we will be sort of cutting it later. And I've just swapped my brush to a fluffy blending brush just to blend out the edges of all those eyeshadows to make it a bit more seamless. So now I'm going in with a deeper, more chocolatey brown just to intensify that crease and to create a little bit more definition into my crease with that dark chocolate brown shade. Taking that initial orange shade that we used at the beginning, I'm putting that back onto a fluffy blending brush just to blend out all the colors together. This makes the look a little bit more seamless and a little bit more blended. You don't want to see any harsh edges or lines. And on a very precise definer brush, I'm taking that really dark black chocolatey shade and really defining the crease with the shade. I'm sort of carving the shape of the crease out and then blending out that dark chocolate shade, and then I'll go back in and define it again and blend. So it's a process. I'm just taking some of that C5 concealer just to carve out the center of the eyelid. So the goal here is to go for a halo eye look. So that's what I was just doing. Then with those same two darker shades, I'm just placing it on the inner and outer corner. And the idea of this is to create that halo effect. With the shimmery shade right there, I'm just going to place that onto the concealer part, sort of just to set that concealer into place, nothing more. It's just to give it some extra dimension. And then I'm taking that fluffy blending brush and just blending the concealer into the darker shade and blending that glitter into everything else. Now moving on to the Wet n Wild liquid catsuit. This is like a dupe for the Stila liquid glitter things. So I'm just placing that onto my eyelid. This was surprisingly very pigmented and absolutely easy to work with. It does dry down quickly, so you do have to work a little bit fast. So as you can see, I've placed down the glitter, and then I quickly go in my blending brush just to blend the glitter into everything else so that it doesn't set. Now I'm just taking some black eyeshadow and I'm just darkening the outer and inner portion of the eyelid just to intensify the halo effect that I want to get from this eye look. Then with a fluffy blending brush, you just want to blend the black eyeshadow into the glitter and back into the crease so everything is seamless. You don't want to see where the one starts and where the other ends. And then now I'm just taking that darker brown shade and just running that on my lower lash line, sort of joining the bottom lash line up with the rest of the eyeshadow, just so it ties in the look all together. And this is also a nice way to smoke out your lower lash line before you put on your gel eyeliner. So I've just got the second darker shade and I'm just doing the same thing, just darkening up that lower lash line. And with the same black eyeshadow with that definer brush, I'm defining the lower lash line and joining it to the top of the eyeshadow. So for some eyeliner, I'm using the Inglot gel liner in the shade number 77, and I'm just doing a simple liner, no wing. I didn't want to wing out this particular look, so I'm just lining my eyelids. Okay guys, so I'm back. I've done my eye makeup, I've done my eyeliner, I've put in some falsies. I think these are the Ardell wispies, and I've just coated my bottom lashes with some mascara. This new Wet n Wild liquid catsuit in the shade Pure Intentions. The stuff is beautiful. This is really nice. So what I quickly want to do as well is just put this onto the inner corner of my eyes. I'm just taking off the excess and I'm just going to put a little bit in the inner corner. Then with just a little brush, I'm just going to sort of blend it all away. Just for a little inner corner brightness. So we've got some popping inner corner highlights. I'm just going to highlight my brow bone with this shade from the Meet Matte Nude palettes. Just a little bit of it to lift up that brow bone. Okay, and for one final blend, I'm just going in with a fluffy brush and just blending that all away. So guys, I hadn't sprayed anything on my skin while I was doing my eye makeup, and my eye makeup took a good amount of time to get done, and this foundation just got better. Like it did oxidize, but in a good way. So I really love the way this foundation looks. It's actually quite amazing. So to move on, I just want to set my face real quick. To set my face, I'm going to use the Fit Me powder in the shade 220 Natural Beige. I feel it's a good plan to stick to all Maybelline products, well, base products for the most part. Okay, then I want to move on to highlighter. So I'm also using part of the new Goth-o-graphic collection from Wet n Wild. It's the loose pigment highlighter, and this is in the shade Moon Tears, and this is the so it's the Wet n Wild MegaGlow loose highlighter, and this collection is so pretty. So I'm just going to break the seal off of this quick. Okay, and then I'm just going to open it up. This is so cute, you guys. Look, it's a little, that is so sweet. I just actually want to swatch this because in the store they didn't have any testers of the powder, so I don't even know what this powder looks like. So this is what it's there then on my arm. That is pretty. Oh, that is so nice, you guys. Look at that. I'm gonna get some on my face. Let's see. That is stunning. That highlight is beautiful. I absolutely love this highlighter. I'm not going to put any on my nose because I get oily enough there, but guys, look at this. However, with this highlighter, it's very light. I do feel if you are a few shades darker than me, like my shade in darker, this might not be 100% because it does sort of have like a very white sheeny cast to the actual highlight shade. I mean, it's not bad. If you mix it with another highlighter that's a bit more goldy, it will work just fine. Okay guys, so for lips, I'm going to be using the NYX Suede Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Sandstorm, just to line my lips quickly. So this is a very good nude lip liner shade. For my lipstick, I'm going to be using the Revolution Makeup lipstick, and this is in the shade Vow. And I think that this shade is a perfect nude. Yeah, so Vow from Revolution, guys. If you're looking for a good nude, this is it. This is so pretty. Really, guys, to finish off the look, I'm going to set my face with the Revolution Makeup Pro Fix Amazing Makeup Fixing Spray. Let's give this a shake. Head back. Then I like to just take my little blending sponge and then just all that spray into my face just to get rid of the powderiness of the product. So I just like to say Merry Christmas to everybody, and I hope you all have a fantastic new year. May 2019 be brilliant for you, and may you have all the success and happiness in the world. May God grant us all peace and prosperity for 2019. Thank you for watching, guys.